when your first song became really popular, which you tell the viewers who are watching, which one was it that really took you to another level, and you also thought that, wow, my work is getting appreciated, I can continue this?
When I did my first tour in Bombay, in fact, there was a gig I did in Bonobo. I remember I was singing and the crowd was so loud singing back the lyrics to me, I couldn't hear my own voice. So
Right.
that really was like a moment, I think.
Right. How come music?
Music was my first love.
First love.
I loved it. I studied piano when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I was really interested in jazz.
Your name Dot, where did this come from?
When I was a kid, my mom and I used to fill these coloring books.
Okay.
My mom, she used to draw dots around the edges and like make designs. And I'm like, Mama, kharab kyun kar rahe ho? Why are you doing this? And she used to say, well, a little dot never hurt anybody. I took that as an inspiration and I use it as part of my, it's basically my stage name. Hi, I'm Dot and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.
Welcome to Bollywood Hungama. I'm Rohit Khilnani. I have with me Dot, who I first said that, you were a big surprise. I was totally taken aback by your performance because it was so beautiful. It stood out for me in the entire film. Big congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
There's so much curiosity about you. People want to know more. I know you're already out there on social media. Your music is out there. But let people get to know a little bit more. Your name Dot, where did this come from? Let's start from there.
Everybody asks me this question,
Right.
and I was half tempted to, like, in every interview, say a different story. But the real story is that when I was a kid, my mom and I used to fill these coloring books.
Okay.
And so I'm a perfectionist, okay, and I love coloring within the lines and like the perfect color. Flower hai to petals pink होने हैं और बीच में yellow डालना है, stem को green रखना है, ठीक है? That was my artistic sensibility. And my mom, she used to draw dots around the edges and like make designs. And Mama, खराब क्यों कर रहे हो? Why are you doing this? And she used to say, well, a little dot never hurt anybody, but it makes everything so beautiful, and it has such a big impact on the final thing.
Wow.
So that's where I took that as an inspiration and I use it as part of my, it's basically my stage name. So anytime I perform, it's Dot.
Right.
Yeah.
Were there, early in your life you took a decision that you should be known as Dot. Were there other options? Did you think of anything else? Or you did some thought go into that, this will go all your life?
No, because I had no plans to become like famous or whatever. That was never that's not why I do anything. Okay. It's just, I liked the name and it felt appropriate. I didn't have any other options. Right. I just went with it.
You took on music early in your career. How did that first step and decision came, or were you were enjoying music? What was that phase and decision that I will take this route in life?
Well, music has always been part of my life. Both my mom and my dad are in creative fields, so it was never like that typical Indian parent thing where I was told to do go do engineering or something. It was never like that. Okay. So literally, I think when I shifted schools, I went to Woodstock School, and I got a scholarship because we couldn't really afford it, but we went for it because it was the music department over there that was like really famous and really good. Right. And then from there I went to music college. So it was a natural path for me. Right.
But there were other options, like because your parents are in creative field, acting could have been something, direction could have been something. How come music?
Music was my first love. I loved it. I studied piano when I was a kid. Okay. And I was really interested in jazz. Mm-hmm. So that was, and how it started was probably singing bhajans in school or something, like singing is such a natural, and even if you're maybe not the best singer, there's such a bodily feeling to it. I think I was just drawn to that. I acted in school and all. Right. It wasn't something I saw myself in the future maybe becoming. It was always music.
And now, just let's talk about your music. When your first song became really popular, which you tell the viewers who are watching, which one was it that really took you to another level, and you also thought that, wow, my work is getting appreciated, I can continue this?
Yeah, so I think the song, I put up about 10 to 12 songs
Yes.
on YouTube, and the one that blew up was Everybody Dances to
Yeah,
Techno.
yeah.
Which is just a sweet little ditty about dancing, really. And I think, but the first time I really felt it was when I did my first tour in Bombay. In fact, there was a gig I did in Bonobo. It's
Right.
still around. People still go
Right.
for gigs there.
Yeah.
There was a line outside, like
Oh my
people were
God.
trying to get entry. And then when it's a small venue, at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And I remember I was singing, and the crowd was so loud singing back the lyrics to me,
Oh
I
my
couldn't hear
God.
my own voice. And at that point, there was this sense of like, this is a responsibility, people are listening to your words that you
Right,
wrote
yeah,
and they're
yeah.
singing them back. So
Right.
that really was like a moment, I think.
Right. And when you make a video, I've seen your videos, it's just you, your keyboard, you're just singing. You keep it casual. There's nothing major. You could have gone a major production way, made major kind of videos. You chose to keep it very real. Is there a particular reason? Is that your personality or?
Well, no, at that time, this is 2017,
Yes.
right? That time, what it was I was just writing music to play at pub gigs in the UK.
Right.
It's like I was studying there.
Yeah.
These were videos shot on a Motorola phone.
Yeah.
And sometimes there are some videos where like the phone has fallen also, or some awaz is coming somewhere, or you can hear the trumpet in another practice room doing something else,
Something else.
So these were they were like for posterity. I wasn't really recording because I thought I'll become famous or something. I was just recording them because I wanted to remember what I wrote.
Right.
And then I put them online and I got a good response, so I kept uploading them.
Right.
And people keep asking me, can you put it on Spotify? Why isn't it on Apple
Yeah,
Music?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just on YouTube as these like phone recordings. So what I'm doing now actually is
Yeah.
that I've tried to record these in the studio a lot of times. All
Okay.
these songs, Everybody Dances to Techno, Asymmetrical, all of them. But what happens when you clean it up is that you lose that nostalgia.
Right.
You lose that honesty and you lose that rawness. And I was just like, I don't want to mess with a good thing. So what I'm doing now is,
Yeah.
now that Archies has come out
Yeah.
and Asymmetrical is on the
Yes.
album, I thought I would just do a small remaster, like a
Okay.
little bit of editing here and there, and just put it up on Spotify as an album. So I'm coming out with an album.
That's
It's called
amazing.
Practice Rooms,
Yes.
after the practice rooms where I used to write these
Right.
songs. And so it's just a compilation of those 10 songs.
Nice.
And it should be out on the 20th.
How did this idea come by? Like, because these songs have been around for long, you could have done this earlier, but now that Archies is done, you thought it is time to be out there and just to show people what you've
Yeah,
done?
it wasn't just the be out there part, it was also the fact that I had a bit of an emotional connect with these songs. It
Okay.
was a bit of like I don't know how to say it. As an artist, you always want to grow. You always want to write new things. You don't want to get stuck in the past,
True,
right?
true, yeah.
And so every time someone would say, put it up, do this, do that, I would be like, but I want to write new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was always my priority.
Yeah.
Now I've come out with, there's already an EP out called Khamosh that
Yes.
I've done. There's a couple of singles, a couple of collaborations. I've worked on the Archies. I have some body of work that's there, number one. So I won't always get stuck into that zone of those YouTube recordings, right? And the second thing was I finally started to let go a little bit. Now it feels like the songs, they belong to the public,
right,
And so it's more about servicing them
Sure.
than anything about me. I
Right.
let go of that ego a little bit, I think. And that happened after Archies.
Yeah.
And since Asymmetrical was coming out through there, and since the film is so nostalgic,
Yeah.
I thought it would be it's the right time, I
Right.
just felt, yeah. Hi, I'm Dot, and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.